What are some of my favorite tactics for behavioral and habit change as it relates to food and weight loss and sustaining that forever? I know you are dying to know. Christopher Lawrence change. No, sorry. Christopher Lawrence, that's my other company. Christopher Lawrence healthytransformations.ca. I want to share with you what my favorite tactics are for behavioral change or habit change. And you can learn more about these too from a research article that was done by Angela Duckworth, who is one of my absolute favorite researchers on earth. She wrote an article called Willpower. No, sorry. I know that word is in it. It's called Beyond Willpower, Strategies for Reducing Failures of Self-Control. That's what it's called. Oh, that's a mouthful. These three things come from her research article. These are my three favorite for myself that worked for me, but there's 23 different tactics that you can try. One is called fresh start framing. So fresh start framing is where we look at the next day, or we do this all the time. Fresh start framing is like, oh, this is a fresh start. So then we lean into changing the habit. The more we do that, the more likely we are to be successful with changing our food related behaviors. This is why smokers have on average, they need to try quit smoking. I don't know if that makes sense. The cessation of smoking takes usually 7 different attempts. It's 7 attempts to quit smoking, I think. Shit. Somebody help me with this. It takes, on average, 7 attempts to quit smoking. So on average, somebody who's trying to quit smoking, it might take them 7 times to stop smoking. The same could be said of food. I don't know how many times it is with food and changing food behaviors. I think food is very complex because we're quite wrapped up in it. Mentally, emotionally, physically, sometimes even spiritually for people. So I like fresh start framing. It's a fresh start. You see this all the time. New Year's, the number one goal for people is weight loss at New Year's, but only 8% of people who set a New Year's resolution for weight loss actually achieve it. Although in our program, it's much higher, significantly higher, because we focus so much on behavioral change. And correct science, that's really important too. So fresh start framing. Fresh start framing can be the first of every month. It could be every Monday morning. It could be the next day. And guess what? It could even be just your next meal. So just maybe, just because you started your day with a donut doesn't mean the rest of the day is shot. We think that it is though, when we fall off the rails, and then at lunch we're having a bag of chips, or maybe we're eating a burger or whatever, right? But it doesn't have to be that way. You can have a fresh start framing right now. One of my ways of doing that is actually getting new stationery. I know it sounds really weird, but I love really colorful pens, and I love I'm dropping them everywhere. Oh, that light. If I lower myself, it looks like I have a halo. Hallelujah. Okay, so I love colorful pens, and I love new notebooks and this kind of thing. I don't know why, I just do. I don't question it. So I use it to my advantage. So if I need a fresh start, I'll go buy a new pen or a new notebook, and I'm compelled to use that notebook to track my progress. And so that, in a really weird way, stationery is a fresh start frame for me, and it helps hold me accountable. Which helps me lean into practicing that new habit of eating correctly. Which leads into my second favorite tactic, which is planning and tracking. I love planning and tracking. It works really well for me for some of my goals, not for all of my goals, but it does work really well for some of my goals. I keep it simple though. I think with food, people overcomplicate what needs to be done for planning and tracking, and then it takes so much effort just to do the planning and tracking that it's not worth it. So I keep it super simple. I just kind of track, did I get my greens? Did I get my veggies? Did I get my protein? And did I get my fats? And I kind of leave it at that. I don't really make it more complex than that. They're just simple check boxes. Usually I don't write down everything I eat. Some people do, and that works really well for them. And my third favorite tactic for behavioral modification or change as it relates to food is mindfulness. Using opportunities to actually taste my food, smell my food. If you ever eat out with me, or even if here, you'll often see me smell my food before I do it. It's just a reminder that I'm about to eat something, so I'm not just shoveling it into my mouth. Having been a little bit bigger, I think I had the mindset and behaviors that come with the overconsumption of food. So it's like I would eat without chewing a lot of times. So I really try to slow myself down and create a lot of awareness and mindfulness around my food so that I'm actually tasting it. So I hope that's super helpful, because guess what? We're all superstars. There's that halo again. Halo. Hey, low. Check us out, healthytransformations.ca. Remember to have fun with your food and keep it simple, keep it healthy. Do not overcomplicate it. Talk to you soon. Bye.